Hi everyone, namaste to everybody. Uh, Today I'm just going to talk about the very few points, very small video about the US and India relations. And just now I was watching some article. It shows that US ministers are approaching the Donald Trump or their government or assembly to put a sanctions on India. For what do that? Stop talking about sanctions. They're talking about sanctions because the India's deal with the Russia as well as China. Towards that one, they want to put a sanctions on India. So it's clearly shows that US still believes in its 1960s era of imperialism. They think that we are the superior, we can bully anybody, just like how they bullied Zelensky. They can bully anybody and get a deal done. This is what they're thinking. So when they're talking about sanctions on India, we just would like to remind everyone who are watching this one to the entire world that US, even US in Alaska, United States of America's President Mr. Trump and Putin had a meeting. Putin clearly says that bilateral trade was increased by 20% in Trump's administration. So here it is clearly showing that US playing a double standards here. US playing a clear double standards. Then now they are quoting about this putting a sanctions on India. So they increase the tariff or duty from 25% to 50% in the end of the August. By the end of August, it's already executed. And now they're talking about sanctions. What could be the major sanctions? The sanctions are mostly be holding a SWIFT payment system or holding us from a dollar payment system. So I would like to call upon a world that what do India supplies to the world? What does that means to be? Why world should not take consideration of US sanctions on India? I said it because I just can't remember. So just to make a small note of it, I would like to say that entire United States medical supplies 20% loan supplied by India, and the entire world's consumption of rice 40% supplied by India, and entire world's consumption of diamonds 90% supplied by India, and one of the most life-saving vaccines. When the COVID was came, we realized how vaccines are important. The total consumption of vaccines requirement in the world, most precious vaccines, 60%, 60% supplied by India. And world's everything nowadays digitalized. Everything works on IT software sections, right? The world's software and IT export, 55% was contributed by India. Entire world's 55% is India's contribution. And we eat a lot of things, a lot of spices. Total world's consumptions 45% supplied by India. So what I like to highlight by giving these figures is that putting a sanctions on India or making India to hold from its payment system is nothing but it is a sanctioning on entire world economy. US may survive based on its deals with Canada, or they may get from Canada. But I'm asking where do Middle East will go? Where are the lives of the Middle East or Arab world, or maybe we talk about the poor countries of Middle Africa, Southeastern Asian countries. Where do they will go? They cannot buy everything from from they can indigenously grow. Now they can buy from Canada or US. Where they will go? So putting a sanctions on India, it is nothing but a sanction in the entire world's economy. It is the implementing US imperialism. Russia even do buy lithiums from Russia. Sorry, US used to buy lithium from Russia, but they're putting a sanctions on India. Recently, I personally feel that America, Donald Trump, he is nothing but a businessman. He recently quoted that India, quote unquote, he said that Indian economy is a dead economy. To be very frank, being an ordinary person, I feel that if something is really dead, then that is Donald Trump's popularity, nothing else. He said that he will stop Russia-Ukraine war just within 24 hours of his power. But it's already 6 months over, still war is going on, still bombing is continuous, there is no hope of light, there is no ceasefire. So somewhere he is losing a ground, somewhere people are losing trust on him. To manage that one, he is making a fooling of people, saying that putting a sanctions on India, Russia, India funding, or somehow he trying to divert his people's perspective to other dimension. But unfortunately, it's not possible because people are not blind; they can see the things. Now they are investing money in Pakistan, saying that there is oil reserve. God's sake, I will say that who suggested him there is oil, and I'm really inspired by the Pakistan administration. They are very, very, very intelligent to fool anybody. Seriously, they're very highly smart enough to fool anybody because they fooled America that they have oil reserve. Do you think that if Pakistan had oil reserve, do they listen to anybody? They could have been taking begging bowl and traveled all over the world right now, asking for it. They even could have go to all GCC countries saying that we will produce oil, otherwise give us a OPEC membership, give us bailout of this much amount. They could have been asked. They didn't ask. It means that have nothing. They just but fooled. With all due respect to the people of America, I would like to say that your president is nothing but a big gas buster. He speaks big talks but do nothing. Action is nothing. No effectiveness. Even we expected, even Indians have supported him. We expected him to be a good policymaker based on his first administration. But right now, whatever he's doing, it's nothing but stupidity. If you stop the major supplier like China and India from the market, then who will be the replacement? Who will be the supplier of the 60, 40, 90% of the reserves? Who do supply to the world? What is the supply chain of the world will affect? So there are two perspectives. Either US will be outdated, the global power may have shifted the power, it's the rulership or powerness, or a new world order may emerge, or world will suffer. So I believe no countries are willing to suffer on this time. So it is high time the US will suffer this time very big. They're just a businessman, as I said earlier. He's just a businessman. You just see his interview with Zelensky. He bullied him. His press media bullied him. His assistants bullied him. The Zelensky, I mean to Zelensky, they bullied Zelensky and made him to sign a deal saying that we will provide you Article 5 of NATO. What is Article 5 of NATO? The Article 5 of NATO is that attack on one country is considered as attack on all NATO countries, all 35 countries, and that all 35 countries will attack this one country. So this is the Article 5 of NATO. He's promised to give Article 5 of NATO. Instead, he made him to sign a deal that all the 50% of natural resources of Ukraine will be given to US. And recently, after meeting Putin, same Trump said that we will give you Article 5 of NATO, but not NATO membership. If there is no membership, then how do these countries will support him or defend Ukraine in case of future war? So the plan is US will go there, US will take all the minerals, just like how they did in the GCC countries, just like they how did in Afghanistan. Similarly, they come in, they dump their army, they take all the resources, and one fine day they will run away. What is the beginning of the war? What is the main thing that Russia wanted? The Russia wanted everything is demilitarization of Ukraine and Donbas region. Why Donbas region? Donbas region is because it is a it is considered a high natural resource of lithium reserve. So whoever have that reserve area, they will going to rule the future's EVM industry. So Russia wanted that region, and America, and also demilitarization. So now Trump's in name of dumping providing Article 5 kind of security, he changed his words now, not Article 5 of NATO, but he's in NATO Article 5 kind of security to Ukraine. He dumped his army and indigenous army will be collapsed. There will be no the finishes of the Ukrainian army. They will take 50% reserve. Donbas it will be taken by Russia. And Crimea, he is talking this Obama's mistake. I'm not responsible. He's saying. So, who is the sufferer? The sufferer is the Zelensky and his people. Russia is making its money, and America is funded this war to sell its weapon and make its money. It is making money now. So sufferer is Ukraine. So I would suggest that whoever deals with US, be conscious. You just see in the GCC, any of the GCC countries have developed major weapons, major missile systems, or anti-radar systems, or anti-missile radar systems, or anything like except Israel in the region. Which country developed militarily superior? None. Why? Because America sent its army here, security army, and finishes the indigenous army. Though it will not allow you to build your army. This is what they're going to do in Ukraine. So, to their mutual benefit, India should not be the one to suffer. So, the white main cause of this one is they want to sell their dairy products in India. And I would say that being an Indian, we should not allow that because our majorly 60 to 65% of population is depend on agriculture. So if American products like dairy products come to our market, where do our farmers use to sell their items? So there is no compromise on these, farmers. Every country should have support their farmers, should have support their agricultural system because it is the backbone of your country. In case any world will sanction you, anything will happen, you will have your food security. So always support our farmers. So I will request all the people of the country on this time, as a prime minister given a call, it's our duty, I believe, to buy Swadeshi. Swadeshi in the sense we should buy our country made products, vocal for local. Buy country made products, make local business, develop local business, be make your economy stronger internally so that it can survive for a long time. People have money circulate within the country. Don't buy luxurious products from the US. You just boycott everything. Just stay with the country. We all are not lucky enough to die for the country in the border, but we have a life to live for the country. This is the time to live for the country. Soldiers are very lucky; they die in the border, die for the country. But we have a life to live for the country. Let's live the life for the country and make our country great. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.